Hey family, it is Embarkation Day. Let's take this journey aboard the Navigator of the Seas. This is our first time on this ship. Let's go. Hey, if you don't see at least one police chase on the news, you better question if you're even in Los Angeles. Anyway, we got in our Uber and we decided to head to the port. I decided to see how long it would take us. As you can see, it's 9:55. Let's go. Look at these views though. It was everything. And before you know it, guess what? We were here. It took us less than 30 minutes to get there, and it was a simple drive, not much traffic at all. We left pretty early in the morning on a Friday. I was expecting the worst, but we got the best. The port looked absolutely amazing, very easy to get to, and they even had a little bonus for you when you got there. As you can see here, it is the USS Iowa, and I had no idea it was here at berth 92. On the USS Iowa, you can actually pay and go inside and explore it. So that's a cool thing to do if you got extra time. Now this is the area where our Uber dropped us off, and as you can see, it was pretty easy to see exactly where to drop your luggage off. That was no problem at all. Now from there, we were a little bit confused, but it's easy to follow that 92 because berth 92 is where you're gonna be going in order to check in. So that very first tent that's on your right, the first one is where the security entrance is for you to get your first check. And I will say your first check because there will be many. So look for that very first tent. And as you can see, it'll say the name of the ship, Navigator of the Seas, right there. It wasn't too many people there. It seemed like it was more people coming out than it was going in, but you can see the crowd as we entered under the tent. It is 10:32, so let's see how long it takes us to navigate through the crowds and through security. So after you enter the first tent, which is where you will initially show your embarkation, your passport, your tickets to get everything that you need, you show at the first tent. And then you come out and go into this second tent, which is your security checkpoint. And this is the checkpoint where they will check your bags. If you have any liquids, they make you pour them out under this second tent here. So this is your security screening tent. Well, they didn't let me video very much here, but this is the standard security entrance. From there, as you can see, we finally entered the building. There was more wraparound, but the crowd really wasn't there. This was a pretty fast process. The staff was very friendly, very helpful. They directed you, so you don't have to worry about getting lost or anything. And this was a seamless process without a doubt. It was a seamless process. I have to give them credit at the Port of Los Angeles for that. And guess what? Before you know it, it's just 10:46. We're done. Well, now it's time to head on to the ship. We are excited about boarding the Navigator of the Seas, but one thing my husband absolutely always loves to do is to see what it looks like when the staff is putting the rations on the ship. In other words, when they are stocking the ship or restocking the ship, he always likes to check that out and see what's going on. What are they bringing on? Does it look like a lot of people? Well, in this particular instance, it didn't look like too much stuff or too much confusion or anything going on. But one thing that we were surprised to see was this right here. The staff guy had actually dropped the stuff as he was loading it onto the ship. So those of you that were having Bud Light and Coca-Cola, as you can see just inside the ship, all of it had spilled all over the place. And all he could do was just sit there and laugh at himself. But here's what we didn't see coming. Another time to show your documents. And then when you got on the ship, it was finally time to scan your card. But that was like 4 check-ins, guys, if you're keeping count. And as you can see, it is almost 5 minutes to 11. And so the time went by fast, but I don't understand what was up with all of those times to check your documents. I mean, 4 times seemed to be a bit excessive in my opinion. We stopped at the Windjammer for a little bit before then heading to Playmakers. And then we decided to go ahead and explore the ship. It was pretty early, and as you can see, there was nobody in the pool. It was 11 o'clock, so nobody was in the pool just yet, but don't worry, that changed. We We decided to explore the ship a little bit because we had not been on the Navigator of the Seas before. And then around 1:30, it was time to go into our rooms. And so we decided to go ahead and check in so that we could put our carry-on luggage down, get a little comfortable before it was time to go to our next fun, exciting event. We had a meet and greet later on, but then this happened.
Was it just me?
If you want to know what happened, check out my video on YouTube. As you can see, the people are now out and in the pool and ready to have fun. But it was time for our meet and greet. As you can see, we were in the Royal Theater and we were having a good time. This was the first time that we all gathered as a group and we were just ready to party and enjoy ourselves. And look, DJ Spinderella was one of our guest DJs. We were having a good time. When our event was over and we stepped out, we had noticed we sailed away and it was dinner time.
Okay. 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, you rested on the other plate.
Yes. See? 1, 2, and 3.
Jeffrey, you made it look easy.
All right.
If you're liking this video so far, we encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. As we go back into the video though, I cannot tell you all why my husband was so infatuated with this process, but our server Jeffrey was nice enough to entertain us and let him even try it. Check this out. Oh Lord, nice. Now you want to get, you better sit down.
I got 3.
Okay, sit down. After dinner, it was time for the all-white party. Don't we look good? I know. Well, our private event was held in Studio B, which is usually known as the Ice Theater. We had a great time at a private function. She said, as you can see, this event included everybody, white, black, young, old. We were having a good time. Check out a little clip of it.
On the count of 3, we're gonna go a little faster. 1, 2, 3, and go. Oh boy, she said. Oh, what?
Well, when that party was over, everybody headed to the food spot. It was 2 in the morning, but we were hungry, honey. And guess what happened here?
Look, this is called grown and sexy. If grown and sexy was a snack, this is what you get after hours.
Well, after hours was an understatement because, baby, when I tell you we wiped them counters out, there was no food left to eat. But Royal Caribbean was ready for us the next day, though. Have a good night, y'all. Day 1 is in the books.